All right, we're live. Line me up, dog. Ooh. Do any two things go together better than this? I don't think so. I just don't think so. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Second Born, Berkeley graduated, sound invalidated. Ever since I picked up on my Console 1 Mark III, I have been waiting for this day. And I hope you saw my video on the Console 1 Mark III, and now they've rolled out another one. Another one. Back to back, it's a spanking. Very excited about it. Today we are looking at Softube's new Fader Mark III. If you are a fan of Softube hardware and their beautiful ecosystem, you're gonna love this. This is Softube's Console 1 Fader Mark III, a premium control surface designed for mixing, mastering applications, and controlling your DAW with 10 100mm analog feeling, motorized, touch-sensitive faders. The Fader Mark III features haptic feedback to let you know when you're approaching unity gain or to let you know when your tracks are clipping. 10 beautifully bright, high-resolution LCD screens, giving you all the information you need to know about your tracks and parameters. You can control panning using the faders or the main knob, send control, plug-in parameter control, and dual USB-C ports to daisy chain with other Console 1 units. It's Visa and rack mountable, and you can sign up right now at softube.com for early access. Your support helps me to continue running this channel. It allows for me to show you all of this cool gear that's out there, all the gear that I love, and I'm very, very grateful for you guys. Thank you for watching. Sonic boom! Ooh. It's a spanking. It's a go to your room. It's a spanking. It got ugly. Other companies need to tap. You gotta tap. You gotta tap out. Ugh. I love, love, love a beautiful finish. Thin, sleek, functional. Look at the back, it's mountable. I love it. Things that gets me so excited about stuff like this is when it works, when it looks good, when it fits well, when it's sleek design. You know so much time went into developing this. You know it. I don't even care if it turns on, just looking at it. That's not true. The moment you have it in your hands, you go, oh, okay, this is next level. This is another level of quality. You saw my video on SSL UF8. I love that control surface. I thought it was a game changer. But this is meat and potatoes craftsmanship. And that's just how it feels and looks. Now this, you guys are made for each other. It's I don't know, man. I'm gonna whip the peanut butter out. We're gonna do some weird things tonight. Perfection. I don't know, it does like Power Rangers or something. The moment they fuse together like Dragon Ball Z. It's just, when the fusion happens, great heft. That's 10 motorized faders. And oh my gosh. All right, so, you know, when you move a fader up on other control surfaces, it's loosey-goosey. It's very, very light in the air. You know, it's like when you touch it, you're like, all right, well, don't mess with it too much. I really love the feel of the faders. I love the resistance that it gives. It lets you know that it's really tight and tucked in there. It feels really good to pull a fader up on here. The fader caps themselves feel really good. Nice little indentations, nice texture on the fader caps themselves, and they come right off in case you need to replace them. Listen and listen close. Do you hear that, other companies? That is called the click factor. Click factor plays, guys. You gotta have a control surface with click factor. That tactile feedback, that's half the fun of having a controller. When you click it, you get a small dopamine hit every time you... That's why you buy a control surface. You wanna feel it. Give me that, I need that. That beautiful potentiometer knob. I could not wait for this to drop. I can't even put it down, to be honest. I just wanna stare at it. I'm gonna put it in the frame. You have a USB-C connection on either side, on the inside here, on both sides. If you wanted to daisy chain other faders and Console 1 units, You can, and then also comes with the power source, comes with USB cables. They've packaged it with everything you need. So that's, of course, that's what I would expect from a company of Softube's caliber. So thank you, Softube. So let's get it to the desk and take a closer look. Get that click factor that I love so much. The unit feels super responsive. So when you're flying around, the faders fly with you. Oh man, I love that. Look at this, look at this one. Beautiful, everything's super responsive. So as soon as you sit down, the layout feels very familiar. You know exactly what you want to do as soon as you're sitting in front of it. Now these are touch sensitive faders, and you can see as I make adjustments to this track, I can make them in very fine increments. 10 LCD is telling you everything you want to know about your tracks. As you select the faders, you can see in your DAW that it selects the track as well. A nice addition to the fader, there's the favorite option that allows you to group a selection of tracks that maybe you're working on just the stems. I hold down favorite, I select the tracks that I want to see, and now all of my favorites are collapsed and grouped together. So now I'm just working on my stems, my submaster, my vocals, my drums, and I can control just those. And I can toggle when I want to see them and when I want to hide them. You can control the panning of your track by pressing pan. And now the control of your panning is on the fader itself. What's really, really cool is that now I can control any parameter using a fader. On my Console 1 Mark III, by holding parameter and selecting, for instance, if I want to control the ratio of my compression on this track, now by just pressing the ratio on my Console 1, by just pressing ratio, now the control of the ratio is on my fader, and I can control the ratio using just the fader. You're in control of 6 sends, and then obviously you can solo and mute per track. You can select tracks using the select button or by touching the fader. One of the mind-blowing, game-changing features of the fader is haptic feedback. As you're controlling the gain, the 0 mark, as you're approaching the 0 mark and you hit it, you receive a haptic feedback. There's a feel, a very acute shake that you feel, that haptic feedback that lets you know that you're hitting the 0 mark. You get the same feedback when your track is overloading. That's crazy. Your red knob is a dedicated pan, and you can also hold down shift and control the width of your track. You have your solo and mute buttons on the outside. You can toggle and cycle through the pages of your session. And look how fast and responsive that is. You can cycle through all of your settings. There's lots of settings for you to dig around through. Also, using the fader, you can load different plugins and channel strips, just like you can on Console 1's Mark III. The LCDs are nice, bright, they're vibrant. It's all color-coded. It's color-coded on the buttons too. As I navigate, you can see the button colors changing from blue to purple. I have some green over here. My red is my submaster. I have my blues over here. And you can also access the function mode, which lets you control Pro Tools, MCU setup, or UAD's Apollo. And if you want to be really meticulous, holding down the fader trim allows you to really fine tune the setting. So to the 10th of the dB or the parameter that you're choosing. You have your solo and mute. Holding down shift allows you to access the phase, whether it's inverted phase or normal, and it allows you to bypass all the processing. So you can select a number of different channels to do that. They've really, really focused on the premium bread and butter, meat and potatoes functionality and the premium quality of the unit itself. This is probably the best version of control and workflow that I've experienced on a control surface. All the primary functions that you'd want a fader system to have, they've achieved this in a very premium feeling package. So I really could not be happier with the fader, especially pairing it with my Console 1 Mark III. And I'm very, 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 very happy with it. Too many varies? I don't know. It's such a great feeling controller. That's why you get a control surface, for the feeling it gives you. They killed it. So that is Softube's Console 1 Fader Mark III. My mind is blown with how good it is and how good that quality feels. The haptic feedback is an actual game changer in the control surface space, letting you know when you're right at the 0 mark. You can visualize, you can see when your audio's clipping, cycling through. It's responsive, it is clean, it is good, it is fast. The knobs feel great. The bright LCD screens and a nice, sleek and slick design. Impeccably made. The meat and potatoes and the primary functions of what a control surface like this is supposed to do takes it over the top. Gets you from point A to point B in a luxury vehicle. It feels very optimized. If you've already bought into Softube's Console 1's ecosystem, until Softube rolls out some updates and makes it more feature packed, it's hard to see it getting much better than this. You couple that with the workflow of the Console 1 system, workflow nirvana. If that makes any sense. All right, Softube, I'll give you the same feedback that I gave SSL. Roll out the transport. Now it's transport time. I don't know if that's the next rollout, but you guys are rolling out a transport module. Tell me, please tell me. Huh? You have to tell me, huh? Denzel, you have to tell me. I want to thank you guys again for watching. Thank you for your support of this channel. It's your boy Second Morning. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace. That's it. Yeah, that's it.